Today on DNVR Buffs Live, we dive in to the Houston Cougars and what it's going to take to beat them. I believe if the Buffs do this one thing, they can win by a lot. Let's dive in. Let's go.
Squad!
Coming to you live from the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores, is DNVR Buffs Live. And, yeah, we haven't moved from this chair in 24 hours.
For real. No showers, no food.
Slept here.
Just re-rocking the same outfits.
Yep. You guys look great, though, by the way.
Yeah.
Likewise, bro.
An outfit so good, I had to wear it 2 days in a row.
Same here.
Nice shirt, bro.
Shout out
What
Van
you know about
Halen.
Van Halen?
I know a lot about Van Halen.
Yeah, I don't know.
I bet he does.
I do. I saw them one time, actually.
For real?
Ooh.
With David Lee Roth, yeah.
I saw the Broncos a couple times,
David
too.
Lee?
You don't know.
What do you got there? No limits.
No limits. No
Right.
NLMB. If you know, you know.
I don't.
And who is that on your shirt?
It's a fictional character.
Does he have a name?
Plays for the Broncos.
It's a Bronc. A Bronc.
Today on the show, we will make our Week 3 picks, Big 12 slate, and some of the best games in college football this weekend. We'll talk
Really quick, just to clear this up. We're on a plane right now.
Yes, we are.
You're seeing a show that we recorded yesterday.
Yes.
Because I know people are going to be like, why aren't they answering our questions? So this is not live. This is recorded yesterday as you're watching it, right after the previous show that we did.
Yep.
That was live.
Also, you have a video on the site now, too. Go check it out. It's a mini pod.
Yeah. Know your enemy, week 3.
Yes, sir. Okay, we'll also break down both sides of the ball in Houston. We'll hear a little bit from Coach Prime and Simeon Price on the Houston, on what they bring to the table, and then we'll talk about that key position group who could determine this game for the Buffs. I guess we just start there. Coach Prime in yesterday's presser was speaking about the defensive line and Brandon Davis-Swain as well, and it feels like they haven't played their best game yet. Obviously, they got a lot of potential, so this is what Coach Prime had to say, and Brandon Davis-Swain, about the defensive line.
They've been playing good. They've been playing good. I'm not going to say great, but they've been playing good. I think they got another level to them collectively. All of the 4 across the front. We got to get more pressure on quarterbacks, I feel. I feel like we do a better job of stuffing the run in the A and B gaps and let the long linebackers flow and get to the ball the way they're capable, because we have some fast linebackers and they can run. They can all run. But we're doing an adequate job. I think we could do better. I challenge them to do better every day.
I think that showed up in the first game, But I think we still haven't played our best game either that. But I think we come in closer together from the whole defensive standpoint, everybody knowing their job. We meeting more together as a group to know what everybody got. And our coaches do a good job of explaining what the safeties got to do and filling their gaps with the linebackers. So I think we getting closer in that aspect, and it won't be no more 300-something rushing yards.
So there you go. They feel good about the trajectory of the defensive line. This is going to be a big game for them.
This game entirely rests on the shoulders of the front 7. I hate to simplify football this much because it's not always this simple, but I spent most of Monday watching Houston's 2 games, and there's really only one thing that they do well on offense, and it's kind of hit or miss, but it's run the football with Dean Connors, and Snead, the second running back, is also a very good player.
Backs, yeah.
But their entire offense is pop and run with one of those two guys. Conner Weigman, as we learned, is the way to pronounce it. Does not want to throw. They don't want him to throw either. And when he's forced to throw, I saw nothing on tape that would make me fearful of that. I texted you guys. I was like, this is kind of like a Temu Georgia Tech. He's a lesser Haynes King. The running backs aren't quite as good as Jamal Haynes, but and maybe the design isn't quite as good as what Georgia Tech has. Yeah. But the way that they want to attack you is very similar. And if this front seven and the line, including even the safeties coming down and making plays in the run game, if they can stop Houston from popping big runs, this game will not be a problem for Colorado. And I'm very, very confident in saying that.
Yeah, I mean, if you've been watching this show all year, you probably know how I feel about Houston. I feel like we talked a good amount about them this offseason, and I just don't think they're there yet in terms of where Willie Fritz can do what he did at Tulane, right? Obviously, it took him a couple years at Tulane to get that program running. I think it's going to be the same thing here. I think it was well said what you said, RK, right? You're going to have to stop the run. It's going to be similar to the Georgia Tech game plan. You're going to have to fit up the run each and every play. You're going to have to be assignment sound. You're going to have to be alignment sound on every single play to avoid, obviously, Dean Connors breaking off a big run, but also Conner Weigman. He can run a little bit, right?
Yes, he can.
And again, based on
like Haynes King,
Nick Minicucci last week and Haynes King the week before, based on those two games and how they went, opponents starting this week are going to look at that film and try to find creative ways to get their quarterback involved in the run game. And because Conner Weigman is capable of doing that, that's going to be something that this defense is going to have to stop. But for me, aside from the run game, the biggest thing for stopping Houston's offense is stopping their best player on offense, which is their tight end, Tanner Koziel. This was
I would
somebody
say most talented.
Okay, who's the best then in your mind?
Connors.
Yeah.
Okay. I disagree. I think Koziel is the best player and the most talented player on this offense. This is somebody who caught 80-plus passes at Ball State last year. This is somebody who was arguably, I think, depending on the recruiting site, the number one tight end.
He was a 4-star
in the portal this offseason. Went to Wisconsin this spring before transferring to Houston. He has 13 catches through 2 games. Conner Weigman has 30 completions.
That's high for me. How many from wide receivers?
Nobody else on the team has more than 5 catches on the team.
Yeah.
So when Conner Weigman does decide to drop back and throw the ball, he's looking at Tanner Koziel more times than not. And this is somebody in Koziel who is 6'8", 200 and let's call it 30-plus pounds. This is a future NFL talent. This is an NFL prospect right here. So the offensive game plan, at least passing the ball, is going to run through him. And that's why I think on key passing situations, obvious passing downs, 3rd down and long, I would consider doubling them. Because, again, Houston hasn't shown an ability to have another answer offensively to move the chains and to score a point. So whether that's Carter Stoudemire or maybe even you want to use one of your top cover corners like a DJ or a Preston on him, or maybe even somebody who maybe isn't looked at as a starter but can play that role. Like I think of like a Makari Vickers, right? Coach Prime said that he wants to find ways to use him in more packages. This is somebody who I think Makari is like 6'1", 6'2", would probably be seating a couple inches. Anybody probably would, height-wise. But that to me is priority number one, is making sure Tanner Koziel doesn't go off in the passing game and give this offense some semblance of a passing game, something they just haven't showed through 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's very Georgia Tech-ish. They're going to have motions going east and west. They're going to try and shift the defensive formation with that pre-snap. They will have some shifts as well. And Conner Weigman's a different style of runner. Haynes King is more, put your shoulder down. He's a bruiser, right?
Yeah.
Conner Weigman's got some speed to him. He's going to take a lane and he could rip off 20 yards just running in a straight line. He's not going to try and put his shoulder through, linebackers and guys like Haynes King did. I don't think he would last doing that, frankly, because I don't think he's as big as Haynes King. But yeah, he can run the football. He's okay at passing. He's definitely not great. He targets Koziel quite a bit. He'll take some deep shots at Amari Thomas, who's a transfer in from UAB. But yeah, you got to stop this run game. It's on the defensive line. It's on the front 7. You got to shoot gaps. You got to take what you've learned against that Georgia Tech offense, that Delaware offense, and really try and plug some of these holes as quickly as you can. Obviously, this has been an issue for Colorado defending the quarterback run. So I think you're right. You stop these running backs. You contain Conner Weigman in the Running game, also, it's not as much like designed QB runs as it is him scrambling.
Yeah.
I feel like. So I think
because he doesn't want to throw it.
Yeah, I think you play a lot of zone against him. I think you keep your head facing towards him. I mean, yeah, Koziel's going to be a problem. It'll be interesting to see what they do with him, whether it's Macari, Carter. I don't know who you throw out there.
Right.
Just thinking in terms of the body type that Koziel presents. So
I'd consider putting DJ on him.
Sure, absolutely. Of course, you have to.
See, that's interesting. You bring up zone coverage, and that would be kind of your mode of attack.
Go for it here. Yeah.
That's interesting to me, and it makes sense because you want to play zone to, like you mentioned, keep your eyes on Conner Weigman and to not turn your back on him and allow him to find open room. But with zone, that would have me a little bit worried about Tanner Koziel finding open spots in the zone and Conner Weigman being able to lock in on him on that. And the other side of that, shout out to our guys at Pro Football Focus, they did their preview and they talked about Conner Weigman against man coverage. And to your point about him not really wanting to throw the football or being good at it very much, he struggles against man coverage. 45% completion against man coverage, Conner Weigman. 5.1 yards per attempt. Like, he struggles against man coverage, and obviously this is something that is part of Colorado's defensive identity and MO to play a lot of man coverage. We saw it almost exclusively against Delaware, not so much against Georgia Tech, at least compared to last year. But that's going to be interesting to see how Robert Livingston decides to deploy this defense. Is it going to be more man? Is it going to be more zone? Is it going to be a true split? And also, too, we're talking about the running game. Linebackers are going to be very important to stopping Dean Connors in the run game. Does Jeremiah Brown get to start again? That's going to be interesting as well. I think he deserved it because he balled the hell out against Delaware. So it'll be interesting to see if that's him and French again, or does Reggie Hughes get back into the starting lineup, or how they handle that.
Sean Myers, too.
No doubt.
I would go man. You just got to account for Weigman in one way or another. But I think you just try to force him to make tough throws because I don't think he has it in him. I have a lot of respect for their run game and their running backs. So I'm not just trying to say like this is easy, walk in the park. But if you stop those guys, it is easy and it is a walk in the park.
Yeah.
And so that to me is what it's all about. I watched the game against Rice, man. I forget how favored they were in that game, but it was a bit. They're up 7-3. No, sorry, they're down 3-0 with 40 seconds left in the half.
Yep.
And they're just running the ball.
Yep.
Like they're about to just say like, all right, forget it. Let's go to half. We'll figure it out and regroup. And Dean Connors breaks one and goes to the house, and that gets them a 7-3 lead. They were about to go to half scoreless against Rice. And then they only score another 7 points in the third quarter. So they go into the fourth quarter only having 14 total points on the board. As the fourth quarter comes out, things kind of got out of hand for Rice. There's a pick six that makes it 21-3, and then the wheels fell off for Rice. But it was not pretty at all for Houston on the offensive side, and I can only imagine if they were at home. Now they were in Houston,
which is pretty much home.
No one at the game either way. But I think if they were playing in their home stadium, they would have been getting booed for the ineptitude that they displayed on offense in the first half against Rice.
Yeah, so they were 13.5-point favorites. Going into the fourth quarter, they were only up 14-3.
Yeah.
So they weren't even covering.
Yeah, and I mean, the fact that they covered easily is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Because it was a absolute slog for them offensively.
I mean, they scored 27 points against Stephen F. Austin in week 1. They get to 35 last week against Rice, which was aided by a pick six. So, I mean, this by any means, nobody's calling this offense explosive. Nobody's calling this offense elite.
Right.
And, we were talking to our guy at Go Cougs. Go check that out on the website right now. Part of our Know Your Enemy series.
Shout out Ryan.
Previewing Houston. Shout out Ryan. It's a Ryan week here. He talked about that. Like, Houston isn't going to win games looking pretty, right? It's going to be a low-scoring game. It's going to be grinded out, run the football. Special teams, which has been special for Colorado. It's going to have to be the same again. Buck Buchanan and Damon Demon Greaves are going to have another big week this week as
Greaves
well in the
for
special
Heisman,
teams. No, for real. Some are calling him Ryan Staub, though. But it's going to have to be a big game for all three phases for Colorado to come out with a win. And if they handle business and play, again, assignment sound, this should be a solid win.
Totally. All right, let's take our first break, and then we'll get to the other side of the ball. Shout out to the friends over at Bet365. Man, it's Bet365 season, if you ask me, because football is back, and in my opinion, it's the place to bet on football with their early money line payouts. They've got all kinds of stuff going on. Thursday night specials, Sunday night, Monday night, SGPs. They're going to have all sorts of pools, jackpots, all that stuff as well. And, of course, the early money line payout, where if your team goes up by 17 points or more in the game, instant payout. Even if the other team comes back and wins, you cover with that over at Bet365. Make sure you download the app and use the code DNVR365 when you signed up. You'll get $300 in bonus bets when you bet $5 win or lose. Again, sign up, use the code DNVR365, deposit $10, place a bet of $5 to get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. Bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, player props, futures, and much more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. You must be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply.
I was having a meeting with my financial advisor a couple weeks ago, and just out of nowhere, after we had kind of a talk about budgeting and things like that, he just goes, "Have you heard of the app called Monarch?" I was like, "Oh, buddy,
Have I?
I've been using it for a minute now, and I love it." And I found it to be what an unbelievable endorsement of Monarch for someone whose job is to help me manage finances, saying, in addition to me, you should also have Monarch money, so you can have a close eye on everything that you're spending your money on, so you can know, am I overspending a little bit here? Do I have some more room to spend on some other stuff that I like, because I'm able to, subtract from areas that I don't need to be. Heck, sometimes you just have running, bills coming that you aren't even using anymore. Monarch will help you find all of that stuff. Recommended by me, recommended by my financial advisor, and even got Allie in on the train after he said that, and she's been loving it too. So don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Stop. Use code DNVR at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code DNVR.
I wasn't even laughing at you, bro.
I didn't even know what you said, honestly.
I was like, I'm going to show you this after the show, though.
All right. Last thing really on Houston's offense. So they do have a new offensive coordinator. It is Slade Nagel. He was the offensive coordinator at Tulane. He stayed an extra year there. Now he rejoins Willie Fritz. They're still finding their footing, I think. And as our guy Ryan talked about when we didn't know your enemy, it's very much a work in progress, this offense.
Yeah.
Conner Weigman, there's still some obviously room for him to grow as a passer. A lot of people thought, this time last year he'd be a first-round type of quarterback. So, and he was starting at Texas A&M. He's got some talent. It's just a matter of putting it all together. So
yeah, Ryan kind of insinuated that maybe they haven't taken the leash off of him yet. And so, as much as I was not impressed in what he did against Rice, maybe there is additional aspects of his game that we haven't seen yet. I felt like they didn't do anything. I didn't see much play action or anything where he's coming out from under center and booting out, trying to throw on the run. I mean, it was very much, if we don't get a first down in the first two downs by running the ball, then we're just going to try and throw for it. And he didn't have a lot of success in doing that.
Right.
So maybe there is, that they had two kind of cupcake games to start the season. Maybe they haven't unveiled their offense yet, and there's more to see from Conner Weigman.
I mean, you mentioned at the top, this was a really highly touted prospect coming out of high school before he went to Texas A&M. And back in 2023, 2 seasons ago, he had a back-to-back 300-yard passing games.
Yep.
Threw for 337 against Louisiana Monroe the next week or the previous week. Threw for 336 against Miami. Had a 5 passing touchdown game that season as well. But last year, I think he got benched, right, for Marcel Reed, if I'm not mistaken, at some point through the season. He was just not playing well. And, this year, like you said, we haven't really seen the training wheels maybe taken off him just yet. Or maybe they're just not trying to throw the ball consistently. He hasn't thrown the ball more than 24 times in a game this season, 15 completions in both games. So stop Dean Connors. Don't let Tanner Koziel beat you over the top. And this should be another impressive performance from the defense.
Yeah, I mean, he was a 5-star quarterback, and the reason why he was getting draft buzz was what he could do throwing the football.
Exactly.
I mean, we haven't seen it yet on the field. I'm just saying what people
No,
say.
I'm not disagreeing with you. It's
true.
I've only I don't remember watching him at Texas A&M. I watched him this season, and I'm surprised by that.
I mean, it took me like 2 or 3 games last year, and I was like, yeah, he does. He's not a first
In
rounder.
2022, against number 15 Ole Miss, he threw for 338 yards and 4 touchdowns to 0 picks.
Maybe they are just. I mean, they've kept him under wraps, or maybe it's just that Texas A&M offense with the athletes that he had out there.
Right, that could also
was
be it.
enabling him.
Evan
to
Stewart was there back
Yeah.
then and stuff. So
What's that guy's name?
who?
They had a cool little scat back. It's not H-An. Well, he was there too, wasn't he?
I think H.A.
Yeah,
was
but
there,
then there's another guy who they had who was sick. Anyways, maybe it was just getting it out to the flats, and those guys were making big plays for him, and maybe he can't hit a couple over the top.
Yeah.
In the game against Rice, I think he went into the fourth quarter with maybe 1 completion to a wide receiver. Mm-hmm. It was just all Koziol and then throwing it to the backside of the backfield. And by the way, Connors is nice coming out of the backfield and catching the ball too.
Yes, he is. Yep. They have a good stable of backs.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like what they have back there.
Should we get to the defense?
Yeah, let's get to the defense.
Because this is where the real challenge is presented, in my opinion.
Sure. Here's Coach Prime talking about what he's seen from Houston, and then Simeon Price as well, more so on Houston's defense.
Good team. We're playing 2-0, doing some remarkable things offensively, moving the ball. A running back that can flat out hit it. When he hits it, he's out of there. Has some receivers that can get the job done defensively. They got some guys that can cover. Hopefully we're able to run the ball. They didn't have a balanced attack. Special teams have been special for us, so we don't fret that with anyone. But it's going to be a good game, and I can't wait to get to Houston. It's a tremendous recruiting ground for us, Texas, period. So we love to go down there and play, and I pray that it's a sellout. We like to play in front of sellouts, although we don't like to play evening games. But we got to do what we got to do. So we welcome the challenge, and I can't wait to finish up here and strong and then get on the flight and get to Houston and get some work done.
We just have to be us. Like I said, Houston, they switch things up. They'll go 4 down, they'll go 3 down. They do a lot of stunts up front. 36 is a pretty physical linebacker. So we have to play disciplined football. We know it's conference play. We know emotions will be high. We can't get caught up in any of that stuff. Just be us, Don't try to do too much. Everybody do their 1/11, and we'll be fine.
All right, so those guys set the stage. What do you think?
I think the defense for Houston, now they haven't really been tested this year, but last year they were pretty nasty.
Yes, they were.
And they continue to be pretty nasty. As Ryan told us, they did lose some really high-end talent to the portal.
Dogs in the
Yes, they
secondary.
did.
Yes. But they just play a really good brand of football on the defensive side. And I think it's going to be hard for the Buffs to run the ball. And I think it's going to be hard for them to try to do the screen game, the East and West screen game that they have been in love with the first 2 weeks of the season. I truly hope that they're willing to back off that a little bit, because these corners are aggressive. They're not really afraid, and I'm afraid that if you get too cute trying to throw that stuff into the flat all the way across the field, someone's going to jump one of these and go the other way. And I just think you've called it entirely too often in the first 2 games for them not to be thinking about it. Of course, you can take advantage of that and try to hit them with a fake and go over the top.
Counter.
But I really think you got to keep this defense honest by throwing vertically, which, if Ryan Staub is starting with something, he certainly didn't show any fear in doing it.
Yeah.
But make them worry about that, because they'll get up near the line. They'll play really aggressively.
Yes.
And the defensive line, the front 7, flies around too.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, this is an aggressive downhill attacking style of defense, and it's kind of based on what they are offensively right now. This is their pathway to win. They got to try to create turnovers.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty much what flipped the Rice game.
Yep.
Was an interception, and that's what you can't do offensively for Colorado. You cannot turn the ball over, which has been a really bright spot for this team through 2 games. Still no turnovers. That has to continue into week 3. You cannot allow this team this Houston offense to get additional opportunities, short fields, or anything like that. They have, we heard Simeon Price earlier. Yeah, he just mentioned kind of one of their linebackers who's leading them in tackles. He's a ball player. Ryan was telling us about one of their edge rushers who missed all of 2023.
Corey Platt is who he's talking about, number 9.
With the torn Achilles.
What was his last name again?
Corey Platt.
No, Ryan
Monso.
Monso, okay. Just so we're not confusing.
Yeah.
RM.
That's crazy. If you know, you know. But yeah, they have some players. This Platt kid had a had a sack last week.
Oh my god!
After missing the last 2 seasons, and they have some players. And despite losing those 2 dogs in the secondary to the portal, this secondary is still really talented, and they got some players. And again, they're going to be trying to sitting on some of that quick game that Pat Shurmur is known for. They're going to be trying to sit on some of those screen passes that Pat Shurmur is known for. So hopefully Ryan Staub, assuming he gets to start again, has a similar plan to last week where he goes to Pat Shurmur, is like, I want this call, I want this call, I want this call at this point in the game. And that's what we kind of see.
Well, and that's what he did really well going into the Utah game. Jake, if you remember, we were actually doing the pregame show right outside the room where Ryan Staub, Pat Shurmur, and Sean Lewis, who was actually still on the staff. Right?
Yeah.
Had a meeting before the game, and we heard about it afterwards. Of like, he came in, told us, I like this, I don't like that, I don't like that. Let's call this. I don't like that.
Let's go. This defense is 3-3-5, but they move the second level around. They'll, as Simeon said, they'll walk an edge down. They'll sometimes space it out so that the edge is standing, and then there's an overhang kind of to the field side. I like their linebacking core, man. They make plays. Corey Platt, that former Tulane player, is the one that Ryan Monso was talking about. Number 8, Kentrell Webb, the defensive back, is the one who stood out to me. That dude screams downhill. He broke up 2 screens against Stephen F.A. Austin, I think.
SFA, yeah.
Yeah, he broke up 2 of them in like 3 plays. Very aggressive coming downhill. I just liked what I saw from him. So it's an aggressive defense. But that being said, Houston ran on them 177 yards.
Rice?
Rice, sorry. Yes.
Yeah. That's all they did, though.
Yes, it is.
They're basically running an Air Force offense out there without getting down into the wing T or
53 attempts.
Yeah, I mean, it was not even run, pass. It was run, punt.
Yeah, I mean, the quarterback threw the ball 12 times, Rice's quarterback.
And one of them was
a pick six.
For sure.
Well, he didn't, he had no interest in throwing, and I saw why. But I think that aggressiveness, especially against SFA and Rice, is easy to do when you're just afraid of getting beat.
Yeah.
So that's why I think, go out early and try to attack them down the field and make them think twice about screaming downhill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
But I do think you have to be really decisive. And that was like a word of the week for them last week. It looks like it's a word of the week for them.
Should be.
Decisive, disruptive, and something else. But I thought that was one of the things that helped Ryan Staub impress the coaching staff, was he was pretty decisive in what he wanted to do with the football. Even on the 2 throws that didn't go great to start the game, he was decisive in what he wanted to do there.
True.
You got to be decisive here because they are going to send different stuff at you. They're going to come off the edge. So it's like this interesting balance, and I think that's why they're able to create chaos, is they're going to force you to get the ball out quick, and those corners will be aggressive going after the football.
They've only allowed 203 passing yards to this point. Obviously, the opponents play a factor, but this is going to be the first real test for that secondary and how well they can cover. I mean, if they have any coverage busts, I'd hope that Ryan Staub takes advantage of that with whoever's downfield. But you're going to have some opportunities in this game to go over the top and get some big plays, especially if Ryan Staub's just saying F it since Sears down there.
I think one of the benefits of having a tough opponent in week 1 like Georgia Tech is I think you're going to be more ready for a Big 12 opener going on the road and playing against a team like Houston.
I can't believe you, bro.
What?
You stole my charger. My battery's
running low.
I was like, how is this possible?
I needed that, actually. Yeah. I appreciate it. Mine was dead. I needed that clutch. But like I said, I think that's one of the benefits of having a really strong opponent in week 1. Because on Houston's side of things, having played Stephen F. Austin and Rice in back-to-back weeks, Colorado is the best team that Houston will have faced at this point in the season on Friday night. And I think by a wide margin.
Yes.
And I think that's going to work out in Colorado's favor quite a bit.
All right.
Trying to get a read on the heights of their corner. So you've got Will James standing in at 6 flat, which means he's a little under 6 flat.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have, I hit the wrong guy. Then you have Latrell McCutcheon, who I liked the way he was playing, number 1, 6'1". Those are actually pretty big corners.
Yeah, but you have an advantage.
I was going to say. Effett Sincere's down there somewhere. He's going to work a lot against damn near anyone.
Yeah.
I really wish we had Omarion Miller in this game just to double down on that because Effett Omarion's down there somewhere works pretty darn good too. Yeah. But there's just no reason, especially if they want to come down and crowd the box. Now, again, they wanted to do that against Rice because they had no fear of throwing the ball, so maybe they won't do that quite as much. But if you get that one-on-one coverage, just do it.
Yeah.
Just throw it.
100%. I was going to say something I forgot. Let's take a break.
Shout out to the squad, our good friends over at Taco Bell, man. Those early 2000s, what a time.
Oh, yeah, you remember them? Tell me about them.
What a time, man. Those early 2000s, man. I wish we could go back, man. I wish we can go back. But you can kind of flash back to early 2000s over at Taco Bell with their new Decades menu, which is back. And this time, it's focused on that crazy time period that I'm talking about. Y2K, I think is y'all used to call it. If you or a loved one experienced emotional distress due to slow internet 25 years ago, Taco Bell, they think you're entitled to a little delicious escape. So with this Taco Bell Decades Y2K menu, you can get 5 favorites. You can get the Cool Ranch Doritos Locos Tacos, which I haven't even tried yet.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't tried the Cool Ranch. You can get a caramel apple empanada, the chili cheese burrito, 7-layer burrito, or the double-decker taco, which you just tried, right?
Yes.
So far.
Absolutely smacked.
You can all get all of those for $3 or less. And also, I know y'all ain't forget about the $7 Buffs box with 4 Taco Bell classics in it, and you get a collectible CU Player Cup with that as well, with either Jordan Seaton, Juju Lewis, Draylen Miller, or Quentin Gibson on it. And we just have to shout out Taco Bell because every single time CU scores a touchdown this year, Taco Bell is going to help support CU Athletics with a $1,000 donation to the Golden Buffalo Scholarship Fund. So shout out to Taco Bell, Sko Buffs, and Liv Moss at Taco Bell.
Also, shout out to our friends over at Breckenridge Brewery. Chances are, if you come to a DNVR tailgate at Folsom Field this year,
hell yeah,
you'll enjoy a Breck brew with us. My favorite's the Mountain Beach Sour, but we got them all. The Ridge Runner, Juice Drop,
hell yeah,
Funslinger, all that good stuff. Just come hang out at the DNVR bar as well. We're going to be watching games here all season long, and we'll practically live here in about a month or so when it's full-on Nuggets and Avs season as well. So head on over to breckbrew.com and check out their beer locator to find a brew near you, or come hang out at the DNVR bar. Shout out to our friends over at Breck Brew. I remember what I was going to say now. The Big 12 injury report is technically out at the time that this pod is out, so we'll figure out Omarion's status when that comes out. So if something changed, that's,
yeah, I think we'll have a closer eye on Downs' status.
Yeah.
I'm guessing we're going to get an out next to Omarion's name. Just based on the way that Coach Prime talked about it.
For sure.
Which I think we're allowed to infer things based on the way that Coach Prime talked about it.
Sure about that, bro?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, we have no chat today. You might want to double check with them first.
I'll check after the show premieres. But it didn't sound like, from what Coach Prime was saying, that O was going to play this week, which is really disappointing. I'm super bummed about it, honestly. I hate that we're going to go into like week 5, potentially week 4, with O having 1 catch.
Yeah.
After I just was so convinced he was going to have a massive breakout year this year. It just seems he can't catch a break with his health. It sucks.
It does, but they're making the right move. And they
are.
Look, Staub is willing to go downfield. I'm sure he can't wait to get O back in the fold as well. I'm sure they all can't wait to get O back in the fold, even at practice. Anything else on Houston before we move on to week 3 picks?
This is a...
Say it, bro.
No, I'm not going to.
It's true, though.
Really need to win.
Yeah, it is.
It's a really big opportunity to start the conference slate 1-0. It's an incredibly winnable game.
Yes.
Against an opponent that is not all that dynamic, in my opinion. And the slate gets really tough at the end of the season in terms of the teams that you're going to play. So this is a really need to win game.
I don't know if you could have asked for a better opponent to open a Big 12 play with. Maybe West Virginia, you know what I'm saying?
Especially now.
Right, or with Jaheim White out. But like this is a really golden opportunity for Colorado to start 1-0 in the conference, start 1-0 on the road this season, where they were really good last year. This is a big opportunity, and as close to a must-win as possible for my money.
I never said those words.
I mean, yeah, you got to go win this game. All things considered, of course, it's being a conference game, but you got to get it to 2-1. You can't be 1-2 going into Wyoming and turn that one into a quote unquote have to win, or as close
really
as possible. I really need to win. Yeah, so
that one's going to be a really need to win regardless of this result.
doubt.
I mean, totally, they all are honestly, but it's just you can't put yourself in this position to where your back's against the wall and we're halfway through September. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For what it's. No, I don't even want to put those vibes into the world. Let's move on.
All right, we're good. Week 3 picks. Last week's slate actually turned out pretty fun. You know, going into it, we didn't really think it'd be that much worth it. We got some pretty big upsets, though.
The college football always does it that way.
Yeah.
Sometimes you think a game's going to be amazing. Texas OSU. It ends up being boring as hell.
Yeah.
And then the games that you just don't think about at all end up being epic.
Swear.
Yep. All right, first game up. Third week in a row, we're going to pick a K-State game. They are traveling to Tucson, Arizona to take on the Wildcats in a non-conference conference game. This game does not count in the conference standings.
Wow.
So keep that in mind when you remember this one a few weeks down the road. Kansas State takes a crazy loss to Army as 17-point favorites last week. They've had the probably worst start of the season of any Big 12 team.
I think I picked them to cover, and I think when I did that, I said, I'm going to give them one more chance.
That was me too. That's literally what I said as well.
And then what did U of A did? They beat up on someone low?
Yeah, they smacked Weber State last week, 48-3. I mean,
I think like Noah Fafita set some records, school records.
I think he had as many touchdowns as incompletions in that game.
That is exactly right.
Yeah.
5 touchdowns, 5 incompletions.
The line is 1.5. It is in Arizona.
That's just crazy.
Where are you?
I guess I'm going to do it again.
Oh, no.
Call me a fool. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, I'm an idiot. I don't care. I cannot pick a Brent Brennan-led team to beat a Chris Kleiman-led team.
Wow, when you put it like that, damn. Damn, when you put it like that. I mean, this Kansas State team clearly is not the same without Dylan Edwards.
Of course.
That is obvious.
Look, man, go back to before Dylan transferred out of here, and we were hearing about Pat Shurmur and this playbook, how it's built for him.
Yeah.
They probably did that this offseason.
No doubt. I mean, he was going to be
back?
featured.
What's the deal?
No idea.
It doesn't sound like he's playing this week. And it doesn't sound like there's a
happened to him?
timetable on his return, I know.
Oh, they don't have to because it's not a conference game.
Exactly.
I wonder if it still happens, though, because it is 2 conference opponents.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess the conference could step in and be like, hey.
Yeah.
No, because I think there was one recently. There was one.
Was there another one of these?
Kansas State, Iowa State?
And there wasn't.
Did they do one?
No, that was a conference game.
Yeah, it was, but I don't know.
Anyway, I think I'm going to go with Arizona. I think Noah Fafita he's playing like the best quarterback in this matchup right now. You know what I'm saying? And granted, it was against Hawaii in week 0 and then Weber State last week, but this team looks different than through 2 weeks. This Arizona team looks different than the one last year in Brett Brennan's first year. So I'm going to take the home team. I got Arizona. I don't feel confident about it, I'll tell you that much, but I got Arizona.
Who else did they play?
Hawaii.
Okay. And how'd they do in that one?
Blew them out 40-6.
Wow.
They dropped 40.
Beat Stanford.
Yeah, they dropped 40 against Hawaii, 48 against Weber State. They've given up 6 points and then 3 points. So
I'm also picking K-State. I just can't pick Arizona. I'm sorry, even though it's at home.
I felt the same way.
Maybe I'll learn my lesson after this game.
Also,
and it's different, but
I was in that stadium last year. Being at home means shit for them.
it's true.
yeah.
Fans don't have any juice.
So yeah, we'll wait and see if Kansas State can bounce back. Is this a must-win for them?
It's
non-conference.
beyond a must-win.
It's non-conference.
It's beyond a must-win.
Their last 3 games have been must-win.
I've never felt better about a take as when I texted you guys when I saw that the QB1's dad was fighting his brother. Like the season might be cooked, bro. You just can't go across the country, lose, have your quarterback's family fighting each other in the stands, and then just have a normal season after that. Like the season was cooked. But you're right. None of it really matters if they get it back on track this week because then they go into conference play next week.
This game last year was a 31-7 win for Kansas State at home.
Yeah.
What?
I think Dylan had a punt return in that game.
I think you're right. Yep.
He had a punt return
that
touchdown.
was like a Friday night game or something that we were watching.
Next one. The 20th ranked Utah Utes are traveling to Wyoming.
Oh, God.
Next week's opponent. So we will definitely watch this game.
Yep.
We'll watch this game twice, I'm sure, this year. But 23 points as the Utes travel to Wyoming.
Wyoming will score 0 points in this game. And Utah will cover.
Yeah, it's an easy, I think it's an easy cover for Utah.
We're all
They've been
three
dominant through 2 weeks.
All 3 on Utah. I just feel like Devin Dampierre, this is a game where he just looks insane.
Yeah, I mean, Wyoming does not have the athletes to stop a guy like that.
Nah.
Yeah. Probably the best looking team in the Big 12 so far, though. Utah? Would you say there's anyone who looks better?
What'd they do this last week?
Who would have saw Utah? Who would have saw Utah coming being
I
big
don't know. You have to know ball to know that one.
Saw that one coming?
They beat someone 60-7 or
Cal
something
Poly.
like that. Yeah.
Oh. Where's our Cal Poly, man? Even like some of the scheduling that's been going on these last 2 years, like we're gonna play FBS teams. Let's play FBS or FCS teams.
But I wonder
we
though.
gotta play the best ones.
I wonder though. They had a tough start to the season last year in terms of tough opponents. NDSU was no slouch. Obviously Nebraska in week 2.
Yeah,
that obviously paid off. I think late in the season for Colorado, and I think something similar again, playing a tough Georgia Tech team. Kind of what I talked about earlier. Like I think it's gonna pay off dividends as the season goes on.
You want to know why though all this happened?
Why?
Because CU was so bad that no one was coming to the games against the nobody schools. So to try and make up some revenue, they were like, we need to schedule some games that people want to watch. Let's schedule Georgia Tech. We can like make the whole 1990 championship storyline. Let's get Nebraska back on the schedule. You know, even Northwestern next year, like they were trying to have some interesting football games.
I think you have a home and home of Florida coming up too.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like we're actually still kind of paying the price.
Yeah.
For being so ass. Not that we took care of North Dakota State, we took care of Delaware, but I think even in those games they're like, well, let's at least get some interesting FCS teams rather than just Cal Poly.
Right. Next game, this is a rivalry game featuring West Virginia. They will be without their best player though, and they've had a rough go of the season.
For the rest
so
of the season.
For the rest of the season, Jaheim White is out.
By the way, did you see, so Ohio beat West Virginia last week.
17-10 last week. Yes.
Did you see what Ohio's coach did today?
No.
He was asked about Caleb Downs and Jeremiah Smith. By the way, they play Ohio State this weekend. And he goes, yeah, 2 of the best wide receivers in the country.
Oh, Lord.
He was talking about who?
Caleb Downs and Jeremiah Smith.
Oh, Lord.
That's interesting. Was that what did he mean? Was that
I just don't think
purpose?
I don't think he knew.
Oh my God! Come on.
He's focused on Ohio, bro.
I think he was really focused on West Virginia and then had himself a good old time after that. Hasn't quite got him into the film on Ohio State yet.
Pitt is 7-point favorites in this game so far this year. Pitt is 2-0. They have wins over Duquesne and Central Michigan, blowouts, both of them. I don't think you can learn anything from that. They are 7-point favorites on the road, though. West Virginia is very beat up. Do they stand up in this rivalry game, or is it too much given the talent deficit?
This feels like a classic don't take the cheese game.
Can I see the rest of the games that we're picking real quick? Thank you.
This seems like a classic don't take the cheese type of game where it's like it just feels so obvious and then it never ends up being that obvious. Mm-hmm. With that being said, give me the golden hammer.
Oh,
on the Pitt Panthers.
See, that's why I had to think about it.
How are you going to lose to Ohio and then bounce back the next week without your best player? Like, the season is cooked. The tails are between the legs. All that like Rich Rod yelling doesn't seem as cool anymore. Like, give me to the portal.
I actually think Pitt is like a legitimately good team.
Yes.
I know we haven't seen really evidence of that because of their opponents through 2 weeks, but I think Pitt's an actual good team, and West Virginia is not a good team in the year 2025. So give me Pitt.
And West Virginia benched Nico Marchiol.
Sure.
The quarterback?
Yeah. They benched him, then put in the other guy. Then they're like, oh, that's not it. And they put him back in.
One of those, huh? I'll be the low man on the island, and I'll take the home team with the 7 points. I'll take West Virginia.
Oh.
I'm just betting the situation.
Well, I'm
here.
0 for on Golden Hammers so far. So
Yeah.
You got one?
What?
A golden hammer? Yeah.
Not yet. No.
Bet.
Let's take our.
you got 2?
No, I just got one. I just got one.
Let's take
So
our
we
next.
went. Oh, whatever.
He did have a golden hammer hit. Was it last week? You had Illinois?
No, the week before I had my golden hammer.
the week before. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's take our next break. And shout out to Broncos country. This one's for you, man, with our friends over at Ent Credit Union, where you can, right there on the screen, bank like a Bronco. They are the official banking partner of the Denver Broncos. And they've created a Broncos checking account that's built for fans like us. It's loaded with perks. At Mile High, you'll get 10% off food and gear on game days. You'll also get the Broncos branded debit card with a My Boy Bo Nix on there to rep the team. You also get a chance to win tickets to a Broncos home game simply by paying with your Broncos checking debit card. Every 15 swipes enters you for another chance to win. Not to mention it's a credit union, man. They're going to take care of you. No minimum balance requirements, and the money in your Broncos checking account even earns dividends. So if you're ready to bank like a Bronco, go to ent.com/DNVR. That's ent.com/DNVR and sign up for Broncos checking today. Ent Credit Union is insured by NCUA. Membership required. Annual percentage yield. Account requires associated Ent Broncos debit card.
Also, shout out to Toyota, man. I love my Toyota. I don't know if you guys knew that about me, but best car I've ever driven is my Toyota RAV4, and I can't wait to add another one to the collection. Just the best in the business when it comes to comfortability on the road, when it comes to servicing your vehicle when something's wrong with it, when it comes to anything that you want in your car experience, Toyota's the best. And if you, like me, want to add a Toyota or another Toyota to your collection, visit a Front Range Toyota store at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of the Colorado Buffaloes and the official vehicle of DNVR. Let's go places.
All right. Last Big 12 game that we're going to pick this weekend. It's another rematch from last year. Texas State, the Bobcats, traveling to Tempe to take on the Arizona State Sun Devils. Arizona.
Wait, this is the last game we're picking?
Last Big 12 game. Arizona State took a hard L to Mississippi State last weekend on the road. I'm pretty sure this game was tight last year. It was. ASU went on the road and beat the Bobcats 31-28. They are at home this time around, though. The line is 14. It's actually 14.5, but we're going to use 14 because that's what I wrote down.
Jake, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you regret saying that Sam Leavitt is him after
I didn't
a
say he was him.
random ass run against Northern Arizona, for him to follow up your faith in him by going 10 for 22 for 82 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions?
Yuck.
No, because he will bounce back eventually.
Ew.
So he is him.
No, he's not. Again, I didn't say that. He's not him.
Yuck.
I think you might have said like he's that guy or like something along those lines.
He can make plays, man. Like he'll keep on making plays. He had a bad game.
10 for 22, 82 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions.
What side are you on?
I'll take ASU.
Wow, all that just to take ASU.
I just wanted to get on you for saying that.
He deserved it, bro.
All
He
that
deserved
just to
it.
take ASU.
I'll leave the JJ McCarthy stuff out of this.
Hey, bro, there are people who legitimately think Sam Leavitt is the best quarterback in the country. I am not there.
There's
so,
no one who thinks that after last weekend, though. Imagine if Shador Sanders put up that stat line.
That was stinky. That was a stinky stat line.
what's your pick?
Yuck. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to use my golden hammer here or not. I'm certainly taking the Sun Devils at home. When you have a program like Texas State that has a good season like the one they did last year, you kind of get hurt in the portal by your guys leaving. And I think that's what happened here.
What a lame-ass thing about college football.
It is for sure. I'm not going to use my golden hammer here, but give me Arizona State.
10 for 22, 82 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions.
2 picks is nasty.
I'm telling you, bro, if Shedeur Sanders put up that stat line, I don't even know what would happen.
I agree with you. Totally agree with you.
Cam Ward, too, for that matter.
I'm taking the Bobcats.
Hell yeah.
Taking the Bobcats.
Flippy floppy Jake.
You just talked him out of it. He gonna prove to you he don't rock with Sam Levin.
That's a big number. That's a big number.
It is a big number. I also always forget his name, but I really like Texas State's coach.
That's not Trailer. That's UTSA. No, that's UTSA, I think. His name is GJ Kinn.
What is it?
GJ Kinn.
Let me see a picture of him. Yeah, that's him.
Cool name.
Kinney, maybe?
Kinney might be it.
All right, on to the national games. This one features a team we are very familiar with, and they are at home facing a Clemson team who was trailing to Troy by 16 points at one point last weekend.
No way, really?
Yeah.
16-0.
16-0. They ended up winning like 27-16 or something.
I know we're traveling this Saturday, but I'm so excited to be able to just like watch college football once I get home.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't know about any of this stuff.
Clemson 3.5-point favorites on the road. I don't know what's going on with Haynes King. I don't think he played last week.
He did not.
Colorado beat him up, bro.
Yeah, they did.
No.
4 hours ago, Pete Nikos, Georgia Tech, Haynes King was a full go at practice on Tuesday and is tracking to play this weekend.
So there you go. He's going to have to do even more than what he did against Colorado, I think, to still. This front from Clemson, like I know they didn't look good last week, and they haven't really looked good all year yet, but that front is for real.
Give me Troy. Or sorry, give me give me Tech. Give me Tech. I think that they're just a really well constructed football team.
Scotty?
Give me Clemson. I kind of did this last year with Clemson. They had a slow start to the year, and they turned it on late. And so I'm not going to be blinded by a slow start. I think Clemson knows how important this game is, and I think they hear the chatter of Georgia Tech kind of being an ACC favorite.
Yep.
I think Clemson takes care of business on the road.
I just got to say, like, Atlanta's got to be turned for this game, right?
I would assume so.
Like, they've got a team.
They do.
And they've got a matchup here with a chance to, like, make a huge statement at home.
Yep.
I'm also going to take Clemson. I think that they just, like Scott said, I think they get it going. They've got the talent on the front to completely shut down Georgia Tech, honestly.
This is low-key, I think about it, a great matchup for Clemson. Like, I think the best part of their team is their linebackers or their edge players, and that's obviously going to come in handy in a matchup against Haynes King. They have corners too, man. I
mean, they have one of the best defenses in the country. That's probably what kept them in that game, to hold Troy at 16 after they went up 16, honestly.
Definitely.
How early was that? It doesn't matter. I thought you were watching.
No. All right, next one. Probably the biggest game of the weekend. Top 15 matchup. Georgia traveling to Knoxville to take on the Vols. They are 3.5-point favorites. Georgia literally called off the dogs against Austin Peay last week.
Did Kirby do that thing where he never covers 37.5 or whatever?
Yep. 28-6 win with 7 points in each quarter. That's how they won the football game. Gunnar Stockton did go 26-34. He did not throw a touchdown pass, though. What
did Tennessee do last week?
Tennessee last week, they played East Tennessee State 72-17. I mean, Joey Aguilar's putting up stats. Chris Brazzell is still balling, the wide receiver.
Aguilar looks good, bro.
He does. In week 1, Tennessee beat Syracuse 45-26.
And this is on Rocky Top?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Now, Tennessee is down their top 2 corners.
Oh.
That's right. Big Colton Hood spot. Yeah.
Colton Hood is CB1, no doubt, for them this week.
So he hasn't been? I thought he always was.
I think he was.
Tennessee has legit.
He's been a starting cornerback for them, but
Jermod McCoy is like a legit first round
NFL, for sure.
And the other one is up there too.
Yeah.
Well, I believe in Colton Hood. I don't know who the other guy is. I'll take Tennessee.
I think I like Tennessee too, man. Like I said, I think Aguilar is really like that. They're at home.
I'm taking Georgia. Come on, man. Taking the Bulldogs.
Sounds like you helmet scouting with that one.
Please. Please.
This is a weird ass year in college football, man.
For real.
All of the blue bloods, if you will, are like in a weird quarterback transition phase.
No, I swear.
It feels like no one has their feet under them. It'll happen, but there's no elite quarterback play in the country.
Even like the top teams.
Maybe
like,
the
nobody
Ohio
really
State
trusts
kid,
him.
he's off to a really hot start, but
Yeah. Mateer's balling.
Mateer's
my guy.
balling too.
Nuss was kind of balling too.
Yeah, there's a few here and there, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Like even Cade Klubnik is like sputtering.
Yeah. I mean,
interesting.
him and Allah are like the same quarterback, honestly, in my opinion. Like,
I saw some fan base like fantasizing over having Drew Aller or Alar as their quarterback next year, and I'm just like, you've got to be down so horrendous.
yeah. Next one. There's some controversy surrounding this game in the AP poll as well.
Oh god.
The number 18 South Florida Bulls going to Miami, just down the road to take on the Canes.
Whoa.
17 and a half is the number.
Relax.
I'm
17
golden
and a
hammering
half?
USF.
So am I.
I love that. I love that. I should have saved mine. I had
Yeah.
no idea this spread was so out of hand.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
I don't know. You tell me.
By the way, I've always had a soft spot for USF. I don't know why. Like they had that quarterback, I think his name was Matt Grothy
That sounds right. Yeah.
back in the day, and they got all the way up to number 2, and
Yep.
I just like took a liking
Wow.
to them.
Long live the 2007 college football season.
Yeah,
man.
Rice or Rutgers
Yep.
was
West
ranked
Virginia.
number 2 at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a wild season, but I always just liked him after that. And Bynum Brown is electric.
He's unreal, bro.
So maybe he's the best quarterback in college football. Forget Sam Levitt. Yeah, I mean, I'm taking USF too.
All right.
Even though I really should go on the other side since you're both golden hammering it. Could be a 3-point swing.
It could be, but we're all riding the Bulls. That's the one. That and the Utah game, we're all on the same side.
We're in Houston. We might be riding Bulls there too.
True.
Go Bulls.
All right, last game on the docket. And
By the
this-
way, Jimmy and Zay also gifts from USF.
yes, and sincere.
And sincere.
And sincere in a,
Yep.
in a roundabout,
Roundabout
way.
way. Yep. Last game on the docket. This line has moved quite a bit and not in the Buffs' favor. It's now 5.5. Houston opened up at 3 or 3.5, depending on where you looked. Right now, it's 5.5. Again, we're recording this on Tuesday. This line may even move more tomorrow on Wednesday.
Yeah, I saw it at 6 today.
Depends on where you look. It's
sure.
moving in that direction, though.
Yeah, no doubt.
Colorado plus 175 on the money line, by the way.
What the hell is going on?
You tell me.
Staub? They don't believe in Staub?
Definitely not. That's what the book's saying.
The people are saying that.
The over-under for this game is also only 44.
Yeah, when I saw it earlier, it was 40.5, which is
You missed an opportunity, then, brother.
yeah, I know, disgusting. Like, but that just
No,
tells
that's on the other side why that's so low.
that's what I was gonna say. Like, that tells you what people think of Houston's offense.
But Houston's favored.
and
I
Houston's
know.
defense, I think too.
They think Houston's going to score. They're going to account for most of this over-under total.
I want my hammer back.
You can.
No,
can take it
we've
if
already.
you want. All
I
right.
thought this was against the rules.
I said nothing about moving the hammer.
No, I meant.
he's
I thought we weren't allowed to
hammering
golden hammer
CU.
the Buffs.
Like I said, just don't do it half the year.
Just can't abuse it.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it's already hammered.
Okay.
Yeah, once you pull that golden hammer out, you can't
Can't put it back.
can't put it back in your pocket. Once it's out, it's out.
Can't put that toothpaste back in the tube. Can't put the cat back in the bag. Wow. Can I have a platinum hammer to put on the Buffs?
No, for real.
What the hell is going on? 5.5 points.
Nice, yeah.
Easy money.
I mean, we're all in Colorado.
This is
Hell yeah.
once a year they give us a gift.
Yes.
Yes, they do.
This is the
I think
one.
last year it was UCF. Like,
Yes, it
like
was.
the
First road conference
before
game.
everybody woke up.
Yep.
This is our gift. Plus
Yep.
175, you said?
Plus 175 on our friends over at Bet365.
Easy money.
Wow.
So there you go. That's picks for the week. There's your Houston preview for the week. Again, go check out the mini pod with our guy Ryan Mounso from GoCougs.com. Shout out to him for joining the show, and I thought gave some pretty interesting insights. So
Definitely.
Most definitely.
yeah,
Becoming a favorite segment of the people.
I know
Hell yeah.
it's fun. I like it too. All right. We are in Houston right now, so stay tuned to Twitter and the YouTube channel.
Doing something stupid.
Yeah. We're going to plan it all out. We'll have a lot to go and do. We'll have a meetup eventually at some point as well. Anything else I'm missing for this Houston game before we get out?
Nope.
All right. We will literally see y'all for pregame show next then.
Heck yeah.
How about that? See you then. Let's go Buffs.
We all silly like the